Sarah Anthony, the lead singer of The Letter Black, has a new music project and she's flying solo. She'll be with us in just a few moments to give us all the details. Sarah, it is so good to see you again. I know it's been several years, but there's been a lot going on for you.
Yes, a lot. It might have been 7 years, but it's been a very busy. I think for everybody too. The past 7 years has been a lot worldwide. A lot has changed, but it's a lot of good stuff. So that's good.
It is. Well, the reason why I have you on is many have known you as the lead singer of The Letter Black, but now you are a solo artist as well. How did this new chapter come about for you as an artist?
Sure. So I grew up in church. So I have always loved just Christian music. It's kind of what I grew up with. And I remember singing as a little girl to Rebecca St. James, Jenny Owens, Out of Eden, all these good Christian artists and female singers. And I always said, when I grow up, I want to be them, right? I want to do what they do. And I love it. Now, when I grew up, I met a rock and roll person, and that was Mark Anthony.
That guy.
And so now when I was a teenager, I did get into kind of more punk rock. I fell in love with, I don't know, some more punk rock, not really metal stuff. But when he came about, he showed me all the classics, all the good stuff, a little bit of the heavier stuff. And I fell in love with that too. So it was kind of a natural progression from just kind of your more pop general music to punk rock to heavy rock. And so since he and I obviously fell in love and partnered doing music together, we went with the more rock and roll style, even though it wasn't my first more natural choice. I fell in love with it, and obviously we had a great time with it. But now it's like the older I get, I'm kind of getting back to roots, and something that I've always wanted to do. Now, how it kind of happened wasn't even intentional. It just is something that I'm excited to be able to do right now. What happened was for years when we've been writing, I tended to write a little bit lighter of stuff. And we actually have a ton of recordings that have never been published, never put out. And it's like worship stuff or lighter stuff. And it just never fit Letter Black. So this has been kind of a long time coming where I've put songs on the back burner and just left them for no one to hear because it didn't fit the Letter Black. And so when we were writing this time around, as you may have heard, we did announce earlier this year, end of last year, that we were going to do a double album for Letter Black. That actually was because I kept writing more of this style of stuff. It's just what was coming out of me. And so instead of doing one normal Letter Black record, what we said was, okay, well, maybe we can do the hard stuff and then maybe have a lighter version. So we'll call it Paper and Ink. And we were really trying to make it work with what was coming out of me, but giving people what they wanted with Letter Black. Like we were really, really trying to figure out how do we still give them what they want, but me be true to who I am and where I'm at right now. And so we were going to try and do that. But all I keep writing is this type of stuff. And you know what? It's just, there was a piece about it whenever I was praying to God, like, why is this coming out? Why am I not inspired right now with the really heavy stuff? And there was just this piece about it, and like just do what's on your heart kind of, as this just peaceful spirit with this stuff.
Yeah.
And so you know what? I'm done fighting it. I'm done putting it on the back burner. Maybe I should have done this a while ago. I don't know. But I'm doing it now, and I'm done, like I said, fighting it. I'm just going to follow what's in my heart and my spirit right now. And this is what's pouring out. It's effortless. It's easy. So while it might disappoint some of the only like heavy metal fans that we have, it's okay, because I don't want to give you something that's half baked and fake. I just got to do what's on my heart right now. And Never say never with Letter Black. But right now it is on the back burner. It is paused, officially paused until I can get this out of my system, right? This is just the road we're on right now. And we'll figure it out later with the heavy stuff.
Hey, and we're going to dive into one of your tracks in just a few moments. It's absolutely beautiful. And I want to take a deep dive into it because not only is it beautiful, but it is so biblical. And we're going to talk about that too. There's a lot of things to unpack tonight. Oh, I use that word unpack. I'm probably going to have to go back and edit that one out. But what are some of the liberties that you've discovered and now enjoy that wouldn't fit in the context of a band?
Sure. So with the Letter Black, we always described ourselves as like undercover agents, so to speak. Our mission with Letter Black was to reach the people who would never step foot in a church. That was our whole goal. If you did go to church and you enjoyed it, fantastic. But we wanted to go to the clubs. We wanted to go to bars. We wanted to go to just theaters, neutral places where people, who might hate Christians, who might, like I said, never want to step foot into a church. They've been burned or they've seen hypocrisy or whatever. We wanted to kind of sneak attack it and present the gospel in a way that was approachable and not in their face. Have real one-to-one conversations with these people at the show, after the show, at the merch table, and just really, like I said, kind of go undercover and love on these people where they are. With this, I said, you know what? I'm just praising God and I'm being blatantly open. And if you don't like it, that's okay. But I just wanted to be able to put out what was on my heart and how much I love God and just be able to be what some people might say is more cheesy. I don't know, for lack of a better word, but just open with it. I'm not that I was going to use the word unashamed, but I was never ashamed with Letter Black. It was a different intention. This is just all out praising God and giving glory to God boldly, without any ninja attacking. It's just praising God. That's it. So that's a big difference with this project versus the Letter Black.
Sometimes the ninja and the secret agent are necessary to get the gospel where it needs to go.
We need change so many lives. I mean, it's an amazing thing that we were able to do with Letter Black, and I wouldn't change it for the world. It was very worth it, and we wouldn't those people wouldn't have been reached in a church. It took that stepping out and being out of your comfort zone and in their world a little bit to be able to reach them. So it's great.
I don't know if I ever told you or Mark, but when you were with us for our first Get Revelation Rock Fest, after the COVID badness, we actually had a baptism that night while you were there going on. And that's what awesome. You were doing, you helped with that. And it was very important. That was the whole reason why we did that. And you were a great fit for that. And I really appreciate what you did with the Letter Black, especially for us when we were in Charleston, South Carolina. Yeah. And really, when I hear you speaking about what you're doing right now, and when I listen to both of your tracks that you've released, the first one, Pulled Me Back, and the second one, Paper Heart, the word that comes to my mind is authentic. It's just real. It's just you being you. And I think this is my honest opinion. The quality of these tracks and the authenticity, my goodness, these should be on every radio station across America. And that's not just because I'm a Sarah Anthony fan. This is good stuff. And I'm a metal guy, but I do listen to other types of music as well. And I do appreciate good I think that's what it is. I appreciate authentic music. That's really what it is. I wouldn't even say it's so much metal. But what has the reaction been to both of these tracks, especially from those that are more inclined to the heavier sound of the Letter Black?
So I've gotten nothing but good feedback so far, even from a lot of our fans that I was a little bit nervous, to be honest, because they absolutely love Letter Black songs. They're heavy metal, it's Metallica and Megadeth and all the heavy stuff. And a lot of them are saying that they love the stuff. Now, some people might be being nice and just not saying anything. I don't know. But what we have noticed is not only are a lot of the Letter Black fans enjoying it, but I'm gaining a lot of new people who didn't like hard rock. There's like a whole
Awesome.
section of people who love hard rock, but then there's a huge amount of people who don't like rock. So now all of those people are able to enjoy the music too. So it's been all good things so far. I haven't heard anything negative at all, other than, oh no, what's happening to Letter Black, which is I understand the question and the concern that they don't want to lose it. But everybody that loves Letter Black has said that they love this too, and that they like all kinds of music, similar to you and I, where just because we love hard rock and heavy metal and things doesn't mean we don't like all the other types of music also. So it's been a good reaction.
If you get any bad reactions, just send them my way over here, and me and my co-host, we will straighten them out and then send them back to you.
Well, and you know what? Going into it, I really had myself braced for like, oh, I'm gonna get such bad backlash. I really was. I was braced. I was like, everybody's gonna hate me. I'm gonna lose all of the fans that we've built, and I'm gonna have to build all new. So I was really braced for the worst, because how hard rock fans, like hardcore fans, can be a little tough. So pleasantly surprised I haven't been attacked yet.
Well, again, we will take care of that for you over here. Let's talk about your latest release that just came out this past weekend, Paper Heart. Very poetic title, very deep song. Can you tell us, what does a paper heart represent? What is this about?
So the concept and premise behind it is just being moldable in Jesus' hands. So obviously, as we go through life, you're walking along and you think one thing's happening, and then you can whiplash into whatever scenario, whether it's a job loss or changing jobs intentionally or relational issues or endless amounts of pivotal moments in lives, small and big. And it's just one of those where you've got to stay flexible and you've got to stay focused on God, not your circumstances, not your preconceived notions of what you think was supposed to be happening in your life, but just staying moldable and pliable in God's hands, trusting that even though there's the folding, even though there's the pressing and changing and shifting, that he's making something beautiful. And we might not know what that end shape, so to speak, in this context is going to be, but we know that he has our best, he has the best intentions for our lives. And his plan is always better than anything we could ever think of. So it's just trusting him and being pliable in his hands and trusting that he loves you and he won't do anything to harm you.
He knows what we're supposed to be doing before we do.
Yep.
He has that all pre-planned. Well, I'd like to play Paper Heart, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
I was writing in the margins of a life I couldn't read. Every line felt like a shadow staring back at me. I tried to cover every scar in black and white disguise, but the truth kept bleeding through between the lines. And I was folding under pressure, every word I couldn't say, but your voice cut through the silence like the light of day. I'm just a paper heart in your hands. Tear me up and make me whole again. Every page I tried to hide, you read me like I'm still alive. I don't have to be afraid of every mistake I've made. You rewrite who I am. I'm a paper heart in your hands. Every chapter that I buried in the weight of shame, every name that tried to tell me I would never change. You don't see me like the world does, torn and incomplete. You see beauty in the broken lines in me. When I'm barely holding pieces, when I'm hanging by a thread, you're the author of the story. lost into something redeemed. You're making a masterpiece out of me. You rip through the lies that I believe and burn every doubt inside of me. If I'm just ink on a page tonight, then write me back to life. I'm just a paper heart in your hands. Tear me open, make me whole again. Every page I try to hide, you read me like I'm still alive. I'm just a paper heart in your hands. Tear me open, make me whole again. Every page I try to hide, you read me like I'm still alive. I don't have to be afraid of every mistake I've made. You rewrite who I am. I'm a paper heart in your hands.
Well, Poe gives you a lot of paper hearts on that song. He absolutely loves it. Before we dive into the song, though, he has been working very hard. He's been trying to find somebody to do a duet with, and he's been over in his studio practicing and practicing. And he thinks you're the best candidate, and he's been working on that. So, Poe, can you humor us with what you've been working on over in your studio? Muskrat Love. I think you would be the perfect candidate to do a duet of Muskrat Love with Poe.
But you know how back in the day they had those, like, at the very end of the tape or CD, the secret track where if you keep listening through the silence, it plays?
Yes.
Possibility.
There
Just
we
saying.
go. There you go, buddy. You got you. He's just Mr. Arts and Crafts over there tonight with these paper hearts and the keyboard and everything. But seriously, about Paper Heart, I listened to it a lot before I got on for the show and was thinking over the past couple of days, and I was like, okay, biblically, and I was like, okay, we are literally paper hearts. We are books that are unfolding in front of everybody. We're God's story. And the Lord took me to Psalm 139, where David speaks about how he was fearfully and wonderfully made, and we're all fearfully and wonderfully made. And then in verse 16, it says, thine eyes did see my substance, yet being unperfect. And in thy book, all my members were written, which in continuance were fashioned, when as yet there were none of them. So this is another book that God has, but it's a book that he has in heaven about us, that he's written, and all of that's unfolding. And I think this song just totally fits into that. All the mistakes that we make, well, God knew we were going to do that. Every flaw that we think we have, he knew about that, and it's all written in there, and it's for his glory and his purpose. And that's really, to me, what makes this song very relatable. It takes a lot of burden off of our shoulders to try to be perfect, I think, in my opinion.
Right. Obviously, we need to strive to live lives that glorify God. But if you take someone whose life is completely perfect, it's not quite the same testimony of God's goodness as someone who has screwed up royally and yet has changed and been renewed and restored through God. That, people are often ashamed to admit the things that they've walked through or think that they're too far gone. But in fact, God is so glorified through the extreme bad. And it's just an amazing testimony to his goodness. And so I think that, you should repent. And yes, you should try not to sin. However, you also don't need to be ashamed and act like you have it all together and act like your life is perfect. Let your mistakes and your lessons be just an example of how good God is and how he can change, the worst circumstances and habits and things like that he can change and make all good things turned into good, or all bad things turned into good. So he's definitely capable of bringing out good from any bad. And it's great to be able to testify to that.
He does. And I really believe as we're talking about this, that even if you are earnestly pursuing God and you're doing everything to glorify him, you will have that dark night of the soul. You will run into those areas in your life, and he's going to use that to purify you and to bring you closer to him. That's my story. That's my story, is that I was saved, and then there was a time where you would not even think that I was, but he brought me right back to where I am now. His grace and his love is just absolutely irresistible.
And endless.
And endless.
Unconditional.
Yes, it is. It really is. Both of these tracks have really got me excited about what's coming next from you. Can you give us a little bit of a preview of what we can expect on the horizon?
Yes. So I have an EP that is coming out this fall, and then I have the full-length record, which is going to be coming out this spring, is the hope, is this upcoming spring. We will see about exact timings for both of those. We're finalizing the EP right now. There will be these 2 songs that came out, Pulled Me Back and Paper Heart, but it's going to be a 6-song EP that's coming out this fall. So that'll be exciting. And then we have a minimum of 10 songs, maybe up to 14. We're going to see for the full-length record when it comes out in the spring. So lots of exciting things there. And I will say the EP is like a little taste, but the full length, I cannot wait for you guys to hear it. I am so excited. We also have some shows coming up that we're already booking. So we have our first show is in the middle of October. And then we have some other dates that we're going to be booking up and filling up around that. Weekends mostly for now. Hopefully we'll be on some of the festivals next summer. So we're going to be doing some shows and tours and stuff too, but nothing is official yet. I will be posting everything on my website and on my social medias as we get like the exact date for the EP drop and the exact date for the full length.
What is the website address?
It's SarahAnthonyOfficial.com.
There we go. SarahAnthonyOfficial.com. And how many tracks are going to be on that album again?
The EP, we are looking at 6 songs. And the full length, we're doing a minimum of 10, maybe up to 14, but it's still undecided yet. We're still actively writing those songs because obviously we have the EP finished for now. So we're moving on to that.
10 to 14 songs. That's a lot of work. And from what I've seen on your socials, that's a lot of coffee. How much coffee have you been taking in to make this happen?
So I feel as if I should be sponsored by Dunkin'. I keep saying it. So maybe one day they'll get the hint, but I don't know, like a cup a day.
You set us up for this. We have to take a quick break for our ultimate product here from Lithos Cry. We'll be back in just a moment. Sarah, you're going to love this and you need one. Oh man, that coffee is so delicious. And if you're like me and my co-host Poe, you too probably enjoy a cup of hot morning Joe.
Boy, am I thirsty.
After many hours of research and development in his secret laboratory, Poe has designed the ultimate tool to help enhance your coffee drinking experience. And that tool is the Poe's Coffee Time coffee mug. That's right, ravens say, and that's why it's a Coffee Time coffee mug. All you need to do to get your Poe's Coffee Time coffee mug is click the store link right here on our YouTube channel or go to our website at lithoscry, that's LITHOSCRY.com, and click the merch button. Once you place your order, your Poe's Coffee Time coffee mug will be shipped directly to your home, and your coffee drinking will no longer be just a daily routine, but it will turn into an existential experience.
Extraterrestrial?
No, existential. That's something different. They're 2 totally different things. But get your Poe's Coffee Time coffee mug today. Buy as many as you want. Buy a lot of them. It supports us here at Lithos Cry. And until you take that first sip of coffee, peace out and rock on.
I love it.
Right here, Poe's Coffee Time coffee mug. Best coffee you'll ever drink.
I do actually love it. It's so cute.
we had a lot of fun putting that together. Sarah, I am just so excited about what God's doing in you and this new adventure. It's really an adventure that you're
It
on.
really is.
Yes. Is there anything else that you'd like to share before we close out this evening?
One question that I keep getting from Letter Black fans is the band still together? And yes, all of the guys who are in the Letter Black are super excited about this project too. So nobody's being left behind. There's no bad feelings, no drama, nothing like that. We're just a big family. So they are all excited to be able to come on board, and we'll be at the shows doing it all live together. It's just more of a, me doing the talking alone versus a whole band interview type of thing. But yeah, so everybody's still together, still the Letter Black, but Sarah Anthony.
That is awesome. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We look forward to that EP, and we look forward to the full-length album and what God's going to do and how he's going to use it. And again, as I said, this needs to be played on every radio station across the country, hands down. So, hey, everybody, until next time, peace out and rock on.
lithoscry.com